Alright, good afternoon everybody. It's your boy Akin. Welcome to today's vlogs. Here to give you more scout reports headed towards the 2015 NFL Draft. And for this vlog, I have a quarterback who has drawing a lot of interest lately entering this year's draft. A quarterback who has shown a lot of potential, but he is still a project. Talking about quarterback Brandon Bridge out of South Alabama. He's been doing pretty good during his offseason, headed towards this year's draft. Actually placing second in the Manning Passing Academy Air It Out Challenge, and he was second place to only Sean Mannion of Oregon State. And I think that this quarterback in Bridge, I think he has a lot of promise, but he still has a lot of work cut out for him. Let's talk a little bit about him. He's actually Canadian and coming from Canada. He did wet his beak a little bit these two past seasons at quarterback and has shown a lot of improvement. Now this season the numbers aren't too well, but he has improved a lot. Over 1,900 yards passing, 15 touchdowns, and 8 interceptions. I still think he has some work to do, but I think he has a lot of promise due to his size and his athleticism. Let's talk about his strengths and weaknesses. I just mentioned his size and athleticism. He's 6'6", 229 pounds, a tall, nice, thin frame, lean frame at quarterback, and he definitely has the height to scan the field and look for the open target. I think he has a lot of potential because of this, and he also has a big, strong arm. That's what scouts want, and that's what teams want in a quarterback, to have a strong arm to throw the deep ball. And he is actually one of very few quarterbacks who can accurately throw a deep ball. He's pretty accurate. In 8 of 11 games this past season, he has thrown at least one pass for 40 yards or more. And because the NFL is looking for more bigger, taller receivers who need a quarterback to throw the football to, he could be that guy to air it out and accurately pinpoint to these big targets. And I think that he will become a good addition for many teams. But like I said, he is a huge project though. Other things I do like about him is his athleticism. Because of his size, he also has the capability of running the football pretty well. He actually ran a 4.7 40, which is not bad at the quarterback position. He can definitely dig it out and running the football. He even had runs of 50 yards or more this past season. I think he's been doing pretty good. But like I said, I'm still looking at him as more of a project. Now, as far as his footwork, let's go on to his weaknesses. As far as his footwork, he's a little bit inconsistent in his footwork. He can be messy at times. He's also a coin flip in his regular accuracy and throwing non-deep ball routes, like shorter routes or post routes. He's a little bit inaccurate with that. He needs to do a better job in throwing the football in flats, ins and outs. He has been a little bit inconsistent and very inaccurate at times. He's actually just 52% this past season throwing the football overall. He needs to do a better job. He reminds me a little bit of Rick Wild Thing Vaughn from the movie Major League. When he first started, he had a great strong arm in pitching the baseball, but he was very inaccurate. And I see the same thing with Brandon Bridge. A strong arm, a big arm, but he's very inaccurate. He needs to do a better job in throwing the football accurately. Like I said, you don't really know what that football is going to throw. Sometimes you might want to close your eyes. But when he is accurate, he's on point, and he is a good deep ball thrower. He's very accurate in throwing the deep ball. That is what scouts and teams want in a quarterback, throwing a good deep ball. He does have a strong arm, but he just needs to be pointed to the right direction and be tutored pretty well and making better decisions and throwing the football. And other than that, that is pretty much all of his weaknesses though. He shows a lot of promise though. And I think he can become a good 5th round pick of this year's draft. That's where I'm going to actually project him in the 5th round. He is worth the risk of picking him and selecting him in the 5th round. He should definitely be selected in this year's draft, but I think as early in the 5th round, I think that's a fair selection in the 5th round for this quarterback. But he still is a project, but I think he's going to be worth it at the end if the right tutor comes and the mentor comes in front of him. So I'm going to have to put him in the 5th round for this year's draft. Now, I'm going to catch you guys in just a couple of minutes where I'm going to give you more scout reports. Thank you for watching this blog. I'm your man, Akin McCall. Be easy.